Now, I have a very clear memory from when I was about 6 years old. I was visiting a farm and the farmer handed me a cup of milk straight from the cow, still warm, and it was quite thick and with cream, and it tasted incredibly good. But now, as a microbiologist and with the knowledge that I have now, I look back differently because, frankly speaking, drinking raw milk is not safe. And today in this video, I want to explain this a little bit, because right now raw milk is somewhat having a moment because on social media people are calling it a quote, a living food. It's natural and just the way that milk should be. And the argument is that pasteurization, which is the heating of the milk, not only kills the bad bacteria but also kills the good bacteria. It destroys nutrients and it leaves you with something essentially which is dead. And honestly, I understand the appeal, because now we live in an era where less food processing genuinely does often mean also better food. For example, whole grains should be consumed instead of refined flour. Cold pressed oil is better than refined oil. I get it. Fresh vegetables, of course, instead of canned vegetables. Now, the instinct is often right, but pasteurization is not the same thing as processing, as bleaching the flour or refining the sugar. Well, it's just a few seconds of heat. And today I want to look at whether the logic of less processing is better, less heating is better, actually holds up when we apply it to milk. Yeah, and I'll be upfront with you. I do have a strong view on this specific one here, on this specific case. I usually try to give you a nuanced, balanced answer, because most of these related questions are generally quite complicated. But this one actually isn't really complicated. Raw milk contains real risks. Now, if you've ever been in a barn before, then you know it's not a sterile place. I've seen the udders of the cows. That's the part where the milk is stored, and they are often covered in cow dung. Now, this is just natural, of course, because the cows, they lie down on the pasture and in the barn. And it's not just the udders, because when the cows are being milked, then they might poop and the manure then splatters just everywhere. The farmer that I watched, he wore a waterproof overall and an apron just to keep himself clean, and he had to rinse down everything, the entire floor, with high pressure water afterwards, because it was just so dirty. And I remember also that the farmer warned me to stand back so that I won't be covered with cow dung if the cow decides to actually poop. The manure was everywhere and I had to be careful not to slip. And when I saw that with my own eyes, I realized, well, actually how easily bacteria from the farm can end up in the milk, because raw milk can carry listeria, which in pregnant women can cause miscarriage. It can carry certain strains of E. coli, which can cause kidney failure. And these are not just some rare theoretical risks, because raw milk is indeed responsible for an unusually high number of hospitalizations relative to the comparatively few people who actually drink it. Now, the regulations around raw milk really tell their own story, because in many countries the sale of raw milk is banned. In Scotland, selling raw milk is forbidden since 1983 because there were several deaths related to the drinking of raw milk. And yes, there's also something a little bit more recent, the bird flu virus, H5N1 as it's called. Well, the one has been also spreading through dairy cattle herds, and it's also been detected in raw milk. And research has shown that this virus can also survive raw milk for weeks, and even when refrigerated, and it has been also found in raw milk cheese even after months of aging. And pasteurization would actually completely eliminate that risk, but of course raw milk still carries it. Now, there is one interesting argument that's often brought forward. It's called the so-called the farm effect, because children who grow up on farms, also drinking raw milk, do show lower rates of asthma and allergies. Now, researchers are really investigating why this is the case and why that protection specifically is against asthma and allergies. However, this has nothing to do really with the infectious diseases that are passed on over the milk. Now, what about nutrients? Well, pasteurization is the heating of milk to kill bacteria, yes. This also may change some proteins around because many of these proteins are heat sensitive, but that actually what matters is the following. When it actually reaches your stomach, then the digestive enzymes are going going to break down everything anyway. So it really doesn't matter how the proteins look like. The body never really sees the original structure. It only basically sees the nutrients after digestion, and those really don't really change meaningfully. So by heating up the milk, you're not changing the nutritional quality of the milk. Yeah, and when we talk about natural in a farm environment, well, then of course this also includes bacteria in the manure, and it's not a judgment, it's biology. I mean, we cook meat to make it safe, we cook beans to make them digestible, and heating of milk, well, is actually also just as unnatural or natural as the boiling of meat. It's just basically making it safe food, and that's basically all there is to it. Now, I've linked some articles in the description if you want to go a little bit deeper into the matter. Yeah, I'm interested in your opinion. There is a comments section below, but from my side, that's all I would like to share with you today. I'm Oliver. I wish you all the best. Happy microbe hunting as always, and hope to see you again in the next video. Bye bye.